Hello guys. Okay. Oh, hello guys. Joshua, welcome Joshua. I'm having a little problem. Let me know if you guys are getting me. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So okay, Joshua. Hello, Joshua. Okay, so I'm going to be starting in a few, but I just want to check some things out. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Okay. So it's quite loud. My amp was cracking a little bit, so I'm just trying to adjust it. Yeah, it's much quieter out here today. Welcome all. So I'm just waiting for more people to be online to join the live. And okay, the sound is okay. I just want to know if you're getting the guitar, the full frame of the guitar. Okay, let me just know. So can you guys please share the link, the live link? You can copy the live link and share it to your groups. I can't copy the live link now, but okay. So please guys, please copy the live link and share it on your statuses and in your groups. I will appreciate that a lot. guys. Okay. So today I'll be discussing some things. I'll be speaking on the topic. Of course, last week we dealt with diatonic chords in C major, and today I'm taking it a step further, and we are going to study diatonic chords in D major. So if you missed the lesson on the chords in C major, you can refer to the last slide. It's on my page, and you can get the lessons. And so, starting off today, last week I got a request from one of my viewers, one of my bosses, St. Augustus. So he asked me to play Tenderly by Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. So I told him I will get back to him this week and properly go through the song. I must confess, it's one interesting piece of music. Yeah, and so I took my time to transcribe it and see what I can do to the song. The song is actually written out of tempo, so it gives you more room to play around with it. You can check out the song. It's a jazz song, Tenderly by Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. And so I'll go on with that, and after that we'll get on to our lesson. So Tenderly. So it's actually a jazz piece, and it's one of those songs done in the late 70s and 80s by Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. So this is just my way of going through the song and picking out the notes and playing it with chords. So that was Tenderly. It was actually played out with tempo, so I could have some time to go through with it. And so to our lesson for today. But before I go on to our lesson for today, I'll be asking some questions I got off from some students and some people asking me and sending me questions into my DM. And the first question I have here is someone asked me about playing Barre chords. What are Barre chords? Someone asked me about Barre chords. And on the guitar there are several types of chords. Of course, we have neck chords, open chords, power chords, Barre chords, a lot of chords, a lot of shapes. And so I like to explain about the two basic types of Barre chords that are there, and the two basic shapes that are there. And these shapes can help you play the Barre chords in different positions on the guitar. So if you're a beginner guitarist, I'll suggest you check out Barre chords lessons on YouTube. The bar is spelled B-A-R-R-E. It's called a Barre chord because you actually use one of your finger, especially the first finger, and you bar a whole fret. You press down a whole fret. So I don't know if you guys are getting me up close. Okay. So you press down a whole fret. So there are basically two basic types of Barre chords, and these are the root 5, the root 6, and the root 5 Barre chord. So the root 6 basically deals with chords that Barre chords that the root notes are found on the 6th string. Root 5 are Barre chords that have their root note on the 5th string. So for example, if we are having a G major Barre chord, this is the G notes on the 3rd fret, 6th string, and so this will be our G major shape. So our first finger bars the whole fret. Okay, I think you guys are getting it now. So 1, 2, 3, 3rd fret. Our first finger bars the whole fret. Our second finger goes on the 4th fret, 3rd string. Our third finger goes on the 5th fret, 4th string, and the 4th finger goes on the 5th fret, 5th string. And there is a bar shape, a major bar shape. This is the shape for a major Barre chord. And this shape can be moved around. So G major, the same shape can be used for A major, it can be used for B major, it can be used for B flat. For whatsoever major chord you want to construct on the 6th string, you can actually use this shape. So remember the shape, you bar the whole fret where the root note is found. For example, the G, which is found on the 3rd fret, 6th string. I'm having some problems with the camera here. Okay, so let me just adjust it a little bit. Okay, so like I said, if you're a total beginner or just a beginner, you can check out these lessons on YouTube. They are called Barre chords. And one of the aims of these live sessions I'm doing is actually passing out knowledge and directing you guys to where you can actually find these tutorials or find this information that can be useful to you. So the first finger bars the 3rd fret. Like I said, the second finger goes to the 3rd string, 4th fret. 3rd finger goes to the 5th fret, 4th string, and the 4th finger goes to the 5th fret, 5th string, and here's the bar shape. And this shape can be moved around, like I said, to wherever you deem necessary on the fretboard. And the key, of course, in which you're playing or they're singing or the band is playing. The second shape on the 6th string is the Barre chord for the minor. So there's a major, there's G major, and of course there's a G minor. So you can get the minor shape by just removing your second finger, by taking it off. Taking the second finger off, that's the minor shape. Placing the second finger again, that's the major shape. So major, minor, major, minor. Like I said earlier, you can move the shape around. For example, this is A, and creating an A major barre chord shape on the 6th string. A minor, you can remove your second finger. If you are familiar with the traditional, the neck chord for A minor, it sounds exactly the same. So the major, the minor, you just remove your second finger. You just take it off. And there you have the minor. So you can check out these shapes on YouTube and Google, and you'll see the tabs there with the diagram and everything. That's the major and minor shapes for the 6th string. These are notes when the root notes are found on the 6th string. And so let's imagine we are having a C major barre chord, which is found on the 8th fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We use the same formula. One finger, the first finger bars down the whole fret, and the other fingers press down the other strings, and so we have a C major barre chord, which is the same for the neck chord C major. And so if this C major notes, the C notes, is then located on the 5th string, then we'll locate C major on the 3rd fret. So this is C again. C major on the 5th string is, this string, open string is A, B flat, B, and C. Or A sharp, B, and C. And so, for a barre chord shape on the 5th string that can be moved around to, you still bar the fret, but this time you bar from string 1. So the 1st string is the string that is facing your thigh. That's the 1st string. And the 6th string is the string facing your chin. So you bar from the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th string. This is the C notes that we want to be played. And your 3rd finger bars 3 other strings on the 5th fret. So the 1st shape, your 3rd finger then bars the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th string on the 5th fret. So here's the major shape. Like I said earlier, this shape can be moved around. So if we want to have D major, same shape, E major, same shape. Wherever you place this shape on the guitar, it's actually going to sound major because it's a major shape and can be moved around. This shape works well with the 5th string. It can only work with the 5th string. This is C major on the 5th string, and C major on the 6th string, using the 2 shapes we've talked about. And so you'll be wondering how we'll get a minor shape on the 5th string. This is the major shape. So to get the minor shape, if you are familiar with the A minor shape, the A minor shape is 1st finger on 1st string, on the 1st fret, 2nd string, which is C, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and 3rd finger on the 4th fret, on the 4th fret, 2nd fret, on the 4th string, 2nd fret. These things can be confusing sometimes. So this is the A minor shape. If you move the shape around, it gives a minor sound for every fret you move the shape. And so for the C major shape at root 5 position, we have, to get a minor shape, the bar still remains the same with the C note on top, and then our 2nd finger plays the 4th fret, 2nd string, which is the E flat, which makes the C a minor. Our 3rd finger plays the 3rd fret, 5th string, which is a C again, and our pinky, our last finger, plays the 4th string on the 5th fret, and here's a minor shape. So major shape, major shape, minor shape, and like I said, these shapes can be moved around on the fretboard. So this is a C minor shape. If we want a D minor, this is a D minor shape. It's a D minor shape, same as the traditional D minor. So these are the basic bar chord shapes with 6 and with 5 position bar chord for major and minor shapes. For those who already know this, it's a plus, and for those who don't know, you can check out. For further research, you can check this out on YouTube. Like I said, the bar is spelled B-A-R-R-A, and it's very, very useful because not all chords are played as neck chords, which is my next question that is going to be answered. So someone asked about neck chords. So neck chords are basically chords you play on the neck. So this area of the guitar is the neck, and so chords that are closest to the neck are called neck chords. So neck chords, for example, are C major, traditional C major, G major, A minor, E minor, D minor. They are all played on the neck. As you can see, I'm not moving my hand away from the neck, too far from the neck. F major, E major, A major, B major. So basically these chords are neck chords, and they sound very open. They are the basic chords you learn when you start learning guitar. And so you can check out, like I said, you can check out these chords on YouTube or on Google. These are beginner chords. So these are basically neck chords. I actually didn't move away that far from the neck. And so these chords can be mixed with bar chords. For example, let me play A minor, F, C, and G. So A minor, F major, C major, and G. So assuming I want to use the shapes I talked about earlier, the bar chord shapes, it would be A minor, the minor shape, the bar chord minor shape. So you move the middle finger. F major, the F major bar chord, C major neck chord, G major bar chord. So you notice how we mix this. You can mix this doing writing your songs, playing in a band. There are so many songs that you need to mix these chords to actually get the full dynamics of what you're doing. You can't just be limited to neck chords, because when I played, for example, when I started and I played tenderly, I hardly played neck chords. Probably I played a neck chord which was C, maybe just one time. But most of the time I was down here. I was down here, for example, playing. This is not a neck chord. So this is not a neck chord. 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 So these are chords that are played very far away from the neck. And so neck chords, basically, like I said, are chords played very close to the neck. And so there goes my next question, which was brought about by another viewer, and he asked me about vibrato, how to do vibrato on guitar. And so for plenty folks out there, vibrato mainly is done by vocalists or singers. So vibrato basically is repeating a particular note but quickly. So for example, if we have this note here and I'm playing it over, so playing this note this way makes it ring much longer, and it sounds like it's vibrating. So that's why it's called vibrato, and a lot of singers use vibrato when they're singing. And it's also very instrumental to be used when playing the guitar because it makes your soloing, it makes your phrasing very interesting. And so what I like to say for vibrato, for those who probably are not beginners, vibrato is done by placing your finger and actually rubbing it on the frets. So for example, it actually rings out for an extended period of time. So this is what vibrato does. It actually rings out for an extended period of time. And so I use this a lot when playing vibrato. So it's basically done by pressing your finger on the string on the fret and I'll say shaking your finger and ensuring that the note stays longer than it's supposed to stay. So for example, a simple phrase would be, without vibrato, it sounds la 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 la. And so with vibrato it will sound the note is held much longer. Vibrato. So it's actually mimicking what the singer does when they are singing. So the basic vibrato is actually done by just putting your finger on the string and actually pressing on the string for a while. So it gives this richness to your solo, it gives this richness to whatsoever you're playing, instead of just playing the notes and releasing them. It gives the notes live, and this vibrato technique can be also used on chords. So for example, I'm playing a C major chord, a neck chord. If I actually move around my fingers on the string, it will sound like this. So the work is actually done by my fingers, not by any gear or any delay or reverb or whatsoever. It's actually done by my fingers. And so that's the basic way to do vibrato. It's actually just holding on to the string. It's actually like pressing your finger on your skin, and seems like applying lotion. So a simple phrase would be done with vibrato. Adds more life. Okay, so I've talked about Barre chords and how they are constructed on root 6 and root 5 of the guitar, the 6th string and 5th string of the guitar, neck chords, and how we can achieve vibrato on the guitar. So there's this guitarist that made vibrato quite popular. His name is BB King. You can check out his videos on YouTube. So he did a lot of vibrato while he played most of his songs, and he made it quite popular. And so to lesson for today, I'm quickly going to go through the diatonic chords in D major. So if you could remember, last week we dealt with diatonic chords in C major, and basically it's harmonizing the notes in the scale. So the notes, for example, C major runs. Okay. When harmonized, it sounds. And so we could do the same for D major. So first you need to know the D major scale, which is so that is the D major scale. And so chords in D major are basically D, which is the first chord, so the first chord is D major. The second note in D major is E, which is a minor, E minor. The third note is F sharp, which is a bar chord. So like I said earlier, there are some things you can't play without actually learning the bar chord. F sharp minor. The fourth is a G major. The fifth is A major. And the sixth is B minor, which is also a bar chord, a minor bar chord shape on the fifth string. The seventh is a diminished chord. And there's D major. And so we just harmonize the scales in D major, in the D major. If you want to get the diagrams for the D major scale and the chords in D major, you can actually DM me on the Facebook Messenger, and I'll actually send them to you or refer you to where you can actually get these shapes. So the notes in D major are D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. And when they are harmonized again, they sound D major, E minor, F major, F sharp minors, G major, A major, B minor. We have a C sharp diminished chord, and D major. So guys, that's for today, and thank you guys for joining in. And for those who, of course, you can always refer to my page for the live video, which I'm going to save after I'm done. Thank you guys very much. See you next week. You can refer your questions to me, and thank you. The place is getting a little bit noisy, so I've got to go now. Thank you. Stay music minded. Ciao.